So Bitcoin doesn't have a lot of utility, right? We can argue about Strike, we can argue about the Lightning Network, and you can tell me all you want about El Salvador, but El Salvador has to buy their Bitcoin in dollars.
Mark Cuban is an American billionaire entrepreneur and television personality. He is also the owner of the professional NBA basketball team, the Dallas Mavericks. He is one of the American billionaires that have declared their love for cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. In a recent interview, Cuban explains that he believes Ethereum and Polygon have better prospects than Bitcoin. While Bitcoin has some redeeming qualities, Cuban says it does not come close to the features and use cases that are available in the Ethereum and Polygon network. Welcome to Savvy Finance. In this video, we examine billionaire Mark Cuban's outlook on everything from Bitcoin to NFT, decentralized finance, and gold. He outlines the advantages and shortcomings of each asset category, but seems to have a soft spot for DeFi, Ethereum, and Polygon. If you would like to delve into the mind of this billionaire entrepreneur, ensure you don't miss any part of this video. Also, remember to give this video a thumbs up and enjoy the video. Unlike other billionaires like Bill Miller and Michael Saylor, who continuously show their partiality for Bitcoin, Mark Cuban's activities in the digital asset space are quite extensive. While stating that Bitcoin has some great qualities, he explains that it is not special, unlike Ethereum and Polygon, which have greater prospects. Cuban also has a partiality for non-fungible tokens. In fact, NFT led the billionaire to the digital asset space. After he minted one in 2021, Cuban says he found it quite unbelievable that he sold it and also earned royalties on secondary sales. This event sold Cuban on smart contracts and every other aspect of the space. Here's Mark Cuban on his journey to NFT and smart contracts.
I'm a tech geek, and so I try to learn about new technologies, and I was always up to speed on blockchain, but I'd never really spent any time with smart contracts. And so I decided to mint some NFTs.
I remember that.
And they sold, which was shocking to me, but it got me understanding how smart contracts work. And in particular, when I minted it and it started asking me for royalties, and I'm like, I sounded like Kevin, right? Royalties, yes. Royalties, tell me more. And so then it finally dawned on me that, a smart contract on a chain is universal and standard, and the royalties that can be applied there change the game in terms of collectibles and digital file sales. And that, pursuing it from that side of it was groundbreaking to me, and that really got me excited.
The Shark Tank investor also talks about DeFi, Bitcoin, and gold, which he seems to prefer in the particular order. He explains that he enjoys the flexibility and freedom he gets with decentralized finance applications, though the industry is not without its pitfalls. For Bitcoin, Cuban sees it as a great store of value, one that is far better than gold. However, the Mavericks owner emphatically states that Bitcoin is not a hedge against inflation. Cuban believes this is just a tactic that Bitcoin maximalists use to lure investors into the space. Listen to Cuban's thoughts on Bitcoin, gold, and DeFi, as well as his favorite DeFi projects.
Bitcoin is not a hedge to inflation. There's no world, no lifetime, no circumstances ever is Bitcoin a hedge. They're not correlated to the money system. It's a great narrative for selling Bitcoin, but there's no correlation there whatsoever. I mean, just look at recently, right? Inflation keeps on going up, Bitcoin go down. You don't see when interest rates go up along with inflation, it becomes more expensive for people to buy Bitcoin, and so it actually puts a lid on the price of Bitcoin.
But isn't that just part of the adoption cycle? I mean, if you take inflation over a period of time, you take Bitcoin over a period of time, inflation goes up, Bitcoin goes up.
That's supply and demand. That's supply. Okay. Supply and demand is undefeated, right? As long as you get more demand and less supply, the price is going to go up. But look at gold, right? They talk about gold as a hedge to inflation. Gold's not a hedge to inflation. Gold isn't a hedge to anything, right? It's just a store of value that is not even a very efficient store of value. Bitcoin's a more efficient, better store of value than gold. There's what, $10 trillion in people who own gold in one form or another. That's a market for Bitcoin to go after, and that and just other people looking for store of values makes it, a legit investment, and that's why I own it. But the whole idea that it's a hedge against inflation is ridiculous. DeFi I like because, look, I can borrow money in 30 seconds. Look, I've got money in the bank and I want to borrow money against it. I got to call bankers and deal with forms and banks and all that kind of stuff, and it's a hassle. So, centralized money exchange is a hassle. Decentralized is a lot easier, a lot more efficient, even though it's over collateralized for the most part. It's still a better way to do it. So I'm a big fan. But the only qualification to that I'll give you is that DeFi, I said on stage, one of my favorite Warren Buffett sayings is, first there's the innovators, then there's the imitators, then there's the idiots, right? DeFi was a great innovation. Then there was a lot of imitation, and you're seeing it jump from chain to chain to chain, right? Now you're starting to get the idiots who are trying to, add one feature or this feature or that feature. So you've got to be careful. So DeFi, where you've done, DYOR, where you've done your homework and it's strong, is great. I think there's a real opportunity.
What are your favorite projects in DeFi at the moment?
I don't know if I have any favorites per se. I use Aave a lot. I learned early on just chasing yield doesn't really work. So rather than chasing yield, I chase stability.
Apart from DeFi, Cuban also talks at length about NFT. He explains that the biggest challenge with the tokens, which he refers to as collectibles, is creating a value proposition for them. Cuban and his Mavericks have been able to conquer this challenge by offering free NFT with game tickets, thereby attaching great value to them. Cuban, who has 80% of his non-Shark Tank investments in crypto, also believes the industry still has some things to figure out before creators can truly benefit from selling their pieces as digital assets. Here is Mark Cuban on non-fungible tokens and how they can be beneficial to creators.
There's certainly value in NFTs, but again, NFTs are more a proof of concept for smart contracts. And so like at the Mavericks, we give away NFTs to people who actually come to the games, and so they're free if you actually attend the game. You got to scan in, and when you scan in your regular ticket, you get a free NFT, one per account. And that's led to people collecting them, which has created the value, which in some cases, the value of the free NFT you get is of more value, and they've sold them more than the price for the ticket they paid. And so trying to create a value proposition for NFTs right now is the biggest challenge. But really, NFTs are, the way we're seeing them now, NFTs are collectibles, right? And collectibles are collectibles. There's things I collect, and NFTs and physical collectibles. I just think NFTs are a better implementation of collectibles than physical collectibles. NFTs for creators are amazing, right? Because they can keep on getting paid over and over again if they build enough of a community. NFTs as money-raising propositions like fractionalization for real estate, there's still a lot of questions there on the value proposition there. It really just depends on the application, but that's normal in any industry, right? Where you go from, okay, there's a lot of pain in 2017, 2018, to now there's a lot of experimentation, and you're starting to see some of the wins that are coming out, Bored Ape and others, and then you're starting to see other applications using NFTs that are non-collectible ones, like we use for tickets or whatever it may be, and there'll be more of those. But smart contracts can do a lot of things, and you're just going to see more applications.
In what would be considered most controversial in many quarters, Cuban also declares that he sees nothing special with Bitcoin. Instead, he prefers Ethereum and Polygon because of their use cases. The billionaire also believes the issue of high transaction fees on the Ethereum network will soon be resolved. With that out of the way, Cuban believes the network will do better than Bitcoin. Listen to Cuban's take on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Polygon.
Ethereum and Polygon, that I both own a lot of, you can start to see the utility. You're starting to see more and more applications pop up there, and we'll see what happens with ETH 2.0 in terms of fees, gas fees. And I think Polygon's done a great job. And you've got other blockchains trying to do the same thing, but all the blockchains are kind of in a death war, right? Trying to get users and applications. And I think whoever comes up with applications where just somebody walking down the street in Miami can say, oh yeah, I use that. Just like, Instagram. At the beginning, what the hell is Instagram? And then everybody got it, went viral, right? We haven't gotten that first viral mainstream crypto-based application yet. We will. That's what I'm looking for in terms of investments.
You mentioned Ethereum and you mentioned Polygon, which are both Ethereum.
Right.
Do you look at other blockchains? You look at Solana and Avalanche and...
Yeah, I look at all of them, right? But I don't see, they're trying to build developer bases, but I see a lot of Me Too stuff.
So not only does the billionaire like Ethereum, he is still waiting for an Instagram-like blockchain project, something big enough that billions of people around the world will have in use. For Cuban, this would provide a perfect investment opportunity. What are your thoughts on Cuban's preferences? Do you share similar views with the billionaire and Shark Tank investor? Please leave your comments in the comment section below. If you are yet to do so, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to their channel. Thanks for watching.